Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Teacher's Lounge. I'm Miss Carla, and here we're going to talk about all things related to teachers. Think about that group chat that you and your team have going on, and all the spicy conversations that you guys have. Think about that happy hour moment that you talk about all the drama that's going on in the school. Think about that conversation that you and your teacher bestie will have inside a teacher's lounge. Here, we're going to start, and love if you can like and share and comment if any of you have any suggestions of topics that we can talk about that we can cover here. Please go ahead and drop it below. I honestly just downloaded Reddit a few weeks ago. I've had so rewind. I've used Reddit before where I would go on Google, search Reddit, go on it, but then never really had my own account, so I couldn't see everything in a thread. Finally, I decided to download Reddit, and let me tell you, it's hard to get off. So here, I am going to start our topic today using Reddit. The subreddit that I've been obsessed with is the teachers one. And I picked one for us to talk about today. This one is called I Feel Useless for Doing Nothing During the Spring Break. I've worked two jobs for most of my adult life and still do. I work weekends at my part time job. Last summer, I worked 30 plus hours a week during the summer. This summer, I'm forcing myself to relax. The problem is, I feel useless and find it difficult to relax. I go to the gym, play golf, go for a run, but then it's like, what? Just sit down and watch TV? Play video games? Read? I'm so used to being busy. I'm looking for help on being able to enjoy resting. Any tips or ways to switch my mentality? I wanted to start my channel with this subreddit because I think it's one that a lot of teachers, not only teachers, but any professional that will have a downtime might relate to. So, for example, I think in this case, this person is a teacher, and as teachers, we are so used to giving it our all. We're so used to always being turned on and ready to go. No matter how we're feeling that day, as soon as we walk into the classroom and we see our students, we're ready to turn that game face on. And I think once we are not pressured or feel obligated to, or just have that option of not turning the game face on, we are kind of lost in the sauce. Like, what do we do now? And it's almost like, and I can't say it specifically because I don't have a child, but I hear my mom talk about this often, right? Mothers will almost feel a little guilty when, and I don't want to generalize, but I'm just thinking about specifically like my mom. Of me being the oldest, I've always heard her say, it's always like, okay, what do I do now? My kids are out of the house, and what do I do now? It's kind of like you're kind of a little lost, right? And so teachers in the summer can feel this way. Although OP is really busy, OP says that they go to the gym, they play golf, they go for a run, busy. Let me tell you, because in the past, I have laid on my sofa and done nothing but watch Law and Order SVU. So, OP, good for you. But OP needs help. OP is feeling useless, which is a very strong word. I think it's more of a sense of like just really not having any sense of direction of what to do with his or her time. So OP is asking, what do I do? Do I just sit down and watch TV, play video games, read? I mean, yeah, you could do all that, but again, it seems like you're doing already a lot. So my suggestion would be maybe to try to find something that's rewarding for you to do. Because again, you're a teacher, and we know that we teach not for the salary, not for the money, but for the passion that we have for the work itself, for the passion of working with the kids and how rewarding that feels. So maybe I think OP here needs something to do during those summer hours that will also feel rewarding in any capacity, in any way. So that could be mm, volunteering. In the past, what I've done is I have volunteered at a local community center where they worked with students after school and help them just like stay busy with activities, games. That way they would socialize. And they also had like a language program involved in it too. So that was nice. And I felt like it was rewarding. Not only was I working with kids, but which I'm used to, right? But it was also helping them in a different way that I would help them in school. And so it just felt rewarding. So I would suggest for OP to maybe find some volunteering opportunities, and it doesn't have to be with students. It doesn't have to be with kids. Volunteering feels like it could be empowering in so many different ways. You can work at soup kitchens, you can work at donation centers. There's just so many different ways of going about it. It doesn't necessarily have to be with kids, but it does feel rewarding. And I think that's what OP needs, because they've listed multiple things and hobbies. It's not like OP doesn't do anything and sits in the sofa, right? OP already has a lot of fun activities and hobbies that they do. So I think incorporating something rewarding such as volunteering would be it. Maybe another idea could be tutoring. I know OP said that he or she doesn't need the money, but hey, put in a few hours of tutoring a week. That's rewarding. That's working with kids. That's helping build the future, right? And you know what? Now you're also practicing some of those skills as an educator, right? Because I know as an educator, there's always room for growth, right? I know that, for example, last year when I was teaching in the classroom as a third grade teacher, and now I'm going to be teaching ESL outside of the class with various grade levels, I know that there's going to be some learning that I need to do, right? And I know that there's going to be a lot of space for that, a lot of space for growth. And so, and I'm open to it. So I think that maybe sometimes we get so stuck in what we know that we forget about what skills we can refine in order to become a better educator. So maybe also if tutoring, if volunteering doesn't work, maybe tutoring could be another option, another choice. It doesn't have to be every day, right? It could be maybe twice a week. Boom, get it out of the way. Now you're feeling like you're not useless. Again, I don't like that word. That's what OP used. So I would look into tutoring around town, and maybe if you want to incorporate both, maybe you can tutor for free. Maybe you can go to your local library and work there a few nights, right? Or a few days of where you go and you read to kids. Or again, you tutor to some local kids that may not have the means of affording to pay for a tutor. So I think that's that. I think OP um, has a lot on their hands. So hobbies, great. Another way of feeling like they're not useless could be again volunteering, tutoring, working at local libraries or even nonprofits that may need some volunteers. So let me go to the comment section and see what some people are saying. That's just capitalism speaking. Do nothing, play video games all day. It's okay. We're on 150% of the time during the regular year. So it's okay to slow down and enjoy yourself for 2 months. It is okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's okay. Listen, if OP decides to not do anything else with their time, who am I to judge? Go for it. I wish I didn't have to work during some hours, but you know what? If OP is able to just sit and relax, but that's not what OP wants. OP wants to see busy. OP is saying they feel useless. So, but yeah, again, it is really, really hard for us teachers to just be able to turn it off. But I am just like OP. So I like to stay busy. And I think of even like when I first started teaching, like during winter break, spring break, or even weekends, like I wouldn't turn that switch off. I had a really hard time separating work from like, okay, now I'm out of work. What can I do other than have my teacher's hat on? I just didn't know how to take that teacher's hat off without feeling guilty. If I wasn't lesson planning, if I wasn't gathering things that I would potentially need for a lesson, I would feel guilty like, wait, I'm not doing the best that I can do to be there for the kids and to be my best self. And that came with, sacrificing some of my personal life when it came to getting ready for a lesson. And so I just like overdid myself. And so now I really know how to just separate one thing from the other. But also, like, there are times that you need to do what you got to do. We know how teaching could be. Sometimes we don't have that prep time. Sometimes it gets eaten away with a parent meeting or a fire alarm that we have to go ahead and like evacuate. Sometimes emergencies come across. Here in the summertime, OP is doing amazing and like turning off that teacher's hat off in terms of like OP is just talking about doing fun hobbies. So to wrap it up, I'm going to suggest for OP to volunteer, maybe tutor, or even work at nonprofit organizations or at a local library, things that could be rewarding. And I really like what this commenter mentioned about fostering kittens or dogs if you are into animals. And so, with that, I'm going to leave you for today. We are done. Teachers Lounge has been officially closed, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Please like and subscribe. Please share and comment below if there are any recommendations of topics that you would like to talk about and discuss here. Or comment below if you just feel like you relate to any of the things that we talked about. If you have any questions, I'm here. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.